Looks like we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to our second annual HMSR speedruns marathon, summer marathon. We've done we do one for Valentine's Day every year as well. We've done that, I want to say 6 times or so, but this is just the second summer one. And I'm Sam Van Dam, and I'm here to start you off with HarvestMoon Hero Fleet Valley. If you don't, a lot of people aren't familiar with this game because it kind of went unnoticed due to being released only on the PSP. But it's basically a remake of... I'll turn down my music a little bit. Game volume a little bit there. It's basically a remake of HarvestMoon Save the Homeland, which more people are familiar with. But anyways, I'm just going to jump right into it, talk more about the category and stuff as we're going. Are we ready for a countdown? Alright, we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then we get off to a little bit of a slow start because, you know, there's intro stuff to get through. The basic premise is you're taking over a farm in a town that's set to be demolished in a couple of years. And thank you all for the good luck, I appreciate that. And you gotta try to save the valley from being destroyed. In addition to, you know, just living your life as a farmer in a new town. And there's a few different ways to, there's a few different stories that are going on in the game, and bump your mic audio up a tad. I suppose so. Move the bars around a little bit there. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me fine over the game audio now. Quickly saving the valley real quick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's a few different stories going on, a few different ways to save the valley. We're going to try to save the valley through making it a tourist spot by completing 3 of the game's events that fall into the tourist spot category. The harvest sprites got freaked out by me because normally people can't see them. But the player character is special. We'll name ourselves A because it's faster. I gotta be careful with these questions because I have to actually answer negatively to all 3. Because it gives me affection for a certain character. It's like Save the Homeland, but there's multiple ways to win the game. Yeah, it's a remake of Save the Homeland, and there are multiple ways of it, but it's similar but different though. Because this game has like kind of a main storyline that most people would probably use to save the homeland, and that's just give them a bunch of money. Okay, Doesn't always like picking things up right away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one of the ways of saving the valley, is just yeah, just pay off, buy out the deed to the town, and be done with it. And that actually is the fastest way to beat this game, I think, but it's much more boring of a speed run and relies on RNG, so it's not really marathon friendly. I don't have to give him anything, I'm just talking to him. You have to go around and talk to a few people at least once before they'll let me do part-time work for them, because you can't do part-time work for somebody on the first day that you meet them. So I'm kind of running around here taking care of that. So we've met a few of the people we need to meet. Imagine having to talk to people. Yeah, right. No, thank you. We do need affection for Ronald, though, so we're going to give him stuff. And this run, we actually do a little bit of actual real farming, so that's fun. How's the run so far? Seems fine so far. Right. Save file, I don't mind saving over. And one should be fine. One unfortunate thing about this game is that it doesn't let you go to bed right at 6 a.m. The earliest it lets you go to bed is 6:01 a.m. and time does not elapse indoors, so you do have to actually walk out of your house every day of the game. That's not on days where I don't have to do anything. That's not ideal. It would be nice to just immediately go right back to bed, but I do have to walk out of the house each day. And these are the people from Funland, the company who bought this valley and wants to bulldoze it, turn it into an amusement park. but we are going to stop them from doing that. And that's what they tell you about being able to give them 50 grand to stop it from happening. Which is not how we're going to save the valley. We're actually going to interact with people and stuff. Are they the government? Yeah, they kind of look like it, don't they? Not just corporate suits. I should have went the other way around. Okay. Alright, it's almost 8, so we'll go and do part-time work for Ronald to fast forward that clock a bit. You get more money from them if you actually take care of the chickens there instead of leaving immediately, but you know, it's a lot slower, so. I think there could have been a better way of playing this day out, but what I'm doing. That's okay. Oh yeah. I had way more money than I needed. That happened last time too, I think, so that's normal. Alright, then, hopefully, I think, well, I have time to, wondering if I have time to get to the mines. Looking kind of dicey on that. I think what I'll do here, yeah, the mines close at 1, so I think what I'll do here is just do some part-time for the, I also need to do part-time work for the carpenters to get the lumber, because I need one piece of lumber in this run. And in order to get my own lumber, I have to do part-time work a bunch of times until he lets me just go out, until he lets me go chop my own wood and for myself to keep. So, and I can't really do both in the same day anyways. So we'll just do this. Since it would be a shame to go all the way to the mine only to not get there on time. And again, same with that, I'm not actually going to do anything, because I don't care about how much money he gives me. Crap. I almost forgot how to do that. Okay, and that's the quickly go to bed wherever you are on the map option. Which is very nice in this game. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple days here where all I do is water these and go right back to bed. Fast, gotta go fast. And then today, Chester should show up today. Okay, so here's where Chester and Aurelia move into town. These are new characters that weren't in Save the Homeland. And it is Chester's birthday today, and he's one of the characters we need affection for in this run, so I will be going out to visit him and others, of course, while I'm at it today. That's most of my water. That dude. Aurelia, yeah. Desert definitely likes Aurelia. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, but what it looks like. Yeah, dog's pretty chatty. Wants me to feed him, I guess. That's not my dog. You can adopt one of the dogs if you put food in the bowl enough times. But as of right now, I do not have a dog of my own, so I guess I should wait for Ronald to open here. Yeah, I definitely like the floppier dog. Just, I mean, I think it might be nostalgia, but I definitely prefer that dog most of the time. They're actually, after you save the valley, you can get married in this game, which was not a thing in, oh, I forget where, on Mondays, I forget if Chester's over here in the morning or if he's already back by the church. Ooh. Schedules are a little weird. I'm just gonna kind of hope he's right around the corner here. Okay, he is. All right, I got that right, which is good. I definitely want to gift him today. All right. Yeah, and you after you become the hero of Leaf Valley, you can get married in this game, and there's 8 different marriage candidates actually. It's really cool. Again, I just did part-time work here, and then we're just gonna not even actually do anything. Suppose I probably could have gone out and done stuff that day. Tomatoes are coming in nicely. Yeah, one of the events I'm working on requires that I sell a certain amount of crops. So that's why I'm growing these. I don't even need like the money I get for growing them for anything. I just have to have that many crops sold. So, okay, so there's a festival today, which we won't attend. Because it is not beneficial for us to do so, and we gotta go fast. That's probably getting low. I don't need to save there. I don't want to save too often because it, takes a pretty good amount of time to do so. Can I go in here today? I can. Okay. I'm gonna. We're a little ways off from 8 a.m. right now, so I'm gonna see if I can get to Chester. And then head back. If I know where he is. Oh, that's why you don't do this, because he's not here right now. Probably out by the gas pod right now. Okay, well, we'll do it this way. Ooh, make sure I don't drop this. It's really easy to drop stuff in this game, especially when someone's moving like that. Yeah. So yeah, now instead of standing or waiting for Ronald to open, I'm standing or waiting for the mine to open. Which better to wait for Ronald to open, because then you can do both things. Because I gotta get a lot of affection for Ronald, so I definitely do want to talk to him and gift him and do that part-time work a lot. I wonder if it was still early enough to do work in the lumber yard. I'm not really sure. But that's fine. I guess yeah. Today I'll do part-time work for Ronald and for the carpenters. And we'll just catch Lewis leaving his house. He actually might get away from you a little bit. Yeah, he's gonna sneak off on me. Oh, trying to juke me. Yeah, not too many forageables to pick up, but that's okay. I got a lot right now, but that's one of the reasons why I don't like to I like to kind of space out the days that I go out and about. I got a lot of time to do all this stuff, and give the forageables a few days to come back is Sunday would score into that because just the NPC's schedules are really inconvenient on Sundays. Wednesdays aren't good either, if I remember correctly. So we won't be doing too many of those days. Ooh, okay, that's nice. Rain's good, I don't have to water these. I gotta pick these up. That's quite right. Harvest Moon is one of your favorite series. One of mine as well. Thank you for stopping in. There's lots of Harvest Moon to watch this weekend on this channel. I want to play Harvest Moon. Well, I would highly recommend this one. It's not a very well-known game in the series, but it is quite good. Well, this isn't the game that I run the most. But yeah, I'd say you're probably correct about that. I mean, but I will say this. So there's certain games that I think work better casually than they do speedrunning, and vice versa. So you know, there might be a game that I think is fun to speedrun that I wouldn't necessarily recommend playing casually, but this is a game that I do recommend playing casually as well. So. For sure, yeah. All right. See if we can find that Chester guy. His schedule is weird and throws me off sometimes. Harvest Moon 64 is also my favorite Harvest Moon, and I really liked Animal Parade as well. I just didn't like how slow it was. That made it kind of hard to play for me. If I could play Animal Parade. If I could play Animal Parade on fast forward, I would be very happy. But it's otherwise quite a very good game, and I would recommend it to anyone who doesn't mind a slow pace. Yeah, looking forward to that. Try to play it fast. I'm not sure yet exactly when I'll be around watching these runs and when I'll be sleeping, but I hope I catch that one or those ones. I think you're doing more than one run. Lots of cutscenes are the two, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we're in the rainy season now, so that's nice. I shouldn't have to be doing a lot of watering. Yeah, this game has like I forget what they're all called, but there's like I don't know, there's like a normal season, a dry season, and a rainy season or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what they're all called. But yeah, actual farming. And one of the 3 events I'm playing out requires that you sell I don't know, like 72 crops or something like that. I forget what it is. So I just got tomatoes planted because you get so many tomatoes from each plant. Oh, 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 oh. Because yeah, with tomatoes, they don't take too long to grow in, and once they grow in, you get another crop. You get a crop like every other day, which is pretty nutty. I think I don't know. I want to say I did the math at some point of like, okay, how can I hit that number of crops with the fewest amount of watering to do? And I think I landed on tomatoes. It could be wrong. It could be wrong, but you also don't want to have to do a lot of tilling either. So that was kind of nice that I only have 9 plants going. And I didn't get any storms during the rainy season, so I didn't like lose any of my plants. Which I've had that happen in a run where I lost a couple of my plants from stormy weather. But not a big deal. Whoops, I didn't mean to save there, but that's actually okay. Want to kind of play it somewhat safe marathon setting. And that was the horse race day. In spring, summer, and fall in this game, the first day after the end of the rainy season is always a horse race. I guess they like that track to be. I guess they like the ground on the track to be nice and soft for those races or something, because it's the day after the rainy season every time. Yeah. Yeah, no debris shows up in this game. Just in your fields, just oops, just the plant will be gone. Yeah, that's definitely a thing in other games for sure. Not too many people can use that emote, and they're all here. Most of them, anyway. Alright, so we'll do mining today because the carpenters are closed today. So if I'm picking between the two. Yeah, he's wearing a pineapple hat. That's one of our cats. That's Seamus. I think that's one of the optional event scenes for him. Oh, I actually don't have any blueberries. Nice, okay. I actually want to check. Okay. I only need to harvest one more set of tomatoes, and I'm good to go. Yeah, he was in here last time on a Tuesday. This time of day. Yeah. I don't think I've done part-time work enough for him enough times yet to. Yeah, I have not. To actually mine. But that's what we're working towards, is actually being able to mine ourselves. Accusatory point, yeah. Yeah, this should be all the tomatoes I need. Which, as you can see, there's time for like one more harvest to come in before the end of spring here. Actually, two more. Two more harvests to come in before the end of spring there. But, yeah. Kind of a safety measure to make sure I don't, I'm gonna see if he comes out of here before I go in there. I'd rather do it that way. Doesn't look like he's coming. Well, it's locked. Huh. I guess there's a reason I don't play Thursdays. Because he's locked and he's not coming out. Okay. No biggie. But yeah, there's a chance though that some of my crops can get taken out by storms, so I do want to have extra plants anyways. Sell all of those. Like how Ronald's at Nick, yeah. Yeah, these games could definitely use like a little bit more diversity than they have. So it's nice. It's nice to see when there's a little bit of that. But all right. So it's probably either this time or it might be one more. I might have to do one more before. Oh no, I can just straight up do it. Shoot, I don't remember. I should have had this ready in my notes. I don't remember the mine layouts. Okay. But I got a little cheat sheet here, so. Hit this one with the hammer, and that'll take them all out. I did it right. Oh, we got some good stuff too. I think we got a lot of items, which is nice. That's one thing, that layout takes a little longer to set up than the other one, but I think you get more total items, so it kind of works out. Alright, so let's see what we ended up with here. Yeah, the mineral crystals don't count. We got a couple of blue rocks, which we need. That's coal. Ooh, we got an ore chalcum. That's actually a really big deal because those are hard to get, and I need 2 of them. So getting 1 of those right off the bat there is really nice. We'll hold on to these. Because I might as well. Okay. So that's actually really nice. Okay, don't need to water anymore. Well, they're dead. They died from my lack of watering them anyways, so. Alright. Now that I don't have to wait for 9 a.m. for the part-time work, I can just head right on over there and mine. Maybe should wait. Maybe should have waited until summers to do another mining session, so that I can do both rooms. But oh well. I think I know where this goes. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, this is the easier room to remember. Oh, that's yeah. Well, I got a couple of the rare items. It looks like the goofy ones, which I think the first ones you get like kind of go into your like collection place on your farm. Yeah, it's just mineral crystal. Right. I'm actually, since I'm out and about, I'm gonna actually head back and do the part-time for the carpenters. Although I don't, how early can I do that actually? That might not be available till 9. Now that I think about it. Yeah, he's not outside yet. Might say. Oh, there was like a sign somewhere where it tells you. Nah, it just tells you it probably says inside. Well, he's not out here yet. So, okay, we'll go by Ronald then. And come back. And then he'll be ready. Not ideal, but which is kind of unfortunate I went this way, because if I would have went directly to Ronald's, I could have saw Chester on the way. But this is fine. Okay. We definitely have at least 20 mined items, which is what I need for my first event. Now, unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of sleeping. And actually, it's funny, I mentioned this earlier, but the game doesn't let you sleep until 6:01 a.m., and it's actually possible to exit your house, turn around quick, and go back inside before the clock ticks over to 6:01. And if you do that, like, yeah, it won't let you go to bed. So I guess that's how they I think that's how they programmed it. It's not you have to leave your house. It's you can't go to bed at 6 a.m. even if it's got to be 6:01 or later. Yep, no, we got the summer theme going, but only in the brief moments we're outside. Unfortunately. That's all right. We got a few things we have to do in fall, so we get to hear that theme a little bit more than the summer theme here. Hey, thank you for the good luck. And I should probably save it every so often here. Just in case something weird happens, like the game crashes on me or something, I'm not going too far back. Bob with the cool tattoos. Those tattoos don't look the best. He should have got he should have traveled to what do you call it? Forget me. He should have traveled to Forget Me Not Valley and had Cody do it. Bob is top heavy, yeah. Yeah, compared to everybody else in this game, Bob is a house. Skip leg day. I never noticed that. Are his legs that tiny? I never really noticed that. Well, relatively tiny, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, especially if he rides horses, you know. Fireworks. Fireworks are pretty cool. It's kind of, I mean, like they look neat, but it's kind of a boring event in that, like, as far as I know, you can't like ask someone to watch them with you and stuff, and like they could have made that like kind of a fun little romantic event deal, but fun part of the run right here. We're almost to fall though, then we can almost to fall, then we can start playing the game again. Yeah, there's some games where it's definitely like that, where like there's these events that are cooler later in the game, but at first, you know, people don't like you enough to where you can participate. Summer races. I have to save it here. Alright, now we're in fall. Okay, so I got an event here that can happen between fall 1 and fall 5. But fall 2 is Lewis's birthday, so I'll go out and about on that day. As long as it's not raining. Yeah. I think this, I'll give him this blue rock because I think it might give him more, affection. And fall doesn't like forageables in this game. That's contrary to a lot of other games. I don't really like wait. Yeah, I guess at this point I should just wait here and then do stuff afterwards. I'll see if this event triggers. Yeah, okay, go. Cool. I wanted to come here right away to make sure I trigger this event. And then I'm not sure where Chester is today. Okay, so he's not home right now. I definitely need more Chester affection though. So I gotta be on the lookout for him. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. Buy some cheeses so I can, in case mining is mean to me and I need the energy to do more mining in a day. You were a big help. Yeah, I did nothing. I did nothing. cheat sheet again. Whoop. Oh no! Oh no! Ruined. Okay. Well, I screwed that up. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens now. Okay. That's a lot of scrap metal. Yeah. Alright, so let's see which pattern I get here. That one. Oh, I see some colorful stuff. That's encouraging. I think that one's just like a mineral crystal. I don't think it's a big deal, but another ore chalcum. That's really good. Yeah. Okay. See what I got here. This moonlights. I don't remember if I need a moonlight stone or not. I do need a copper ore. Okay. But I think I have all the ore chalcum I need, which, if I remember correctly, was always the one that gave me trouble. So we could be in good shape here potentially. Eat some cheese. Yeah, that's all the rooms that are open at the moment. I probably should just quick sleep from way in the from deep inside the mines like that, but I do want to find chest real quick here. Oh, I want this scene. Alright. Chester home. He might actually be. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, hey, Flex, how you doing? Thank you for rating our marathon. I appreciate that. Got distracted there. I'll go back. For those of you just joining us, this is the Harvest Moon Speedrun Summer Marathon, number 2. And this is actually the first run of the marathon, doing Harvest Moon Hero of Leaf Valley for the PSP. Trying to save the valley through the tourist spot ending, which is achieved by completing 3 of the events in the game that are under the tourist spot category. Right now I'm just sleeping until fall 11. So I can do the next part of the Masterpiece event. Virus Festival today, we're not going to do that. Okay, hopefully it's good weather today, otherwise I gotta do this on another day. Okay. Got sunny weather. Hey, Matt Tess. How you doing? Okay, so next event is at the lake again, like. Yeah, it seems like a few people forgot this was going on. Here's the full moon berry. This is popular with the ladies. Speaking of ladies, there's Katie. Okay, yeah, here's event number 2. Well, required event number 2 for the Masterpiece ending. Or event. I shouldn't call it an ending, because they're called events in this game, because they don't actually end the game in this version. Oh, it's Monday. Is he all? Oh no, he's not. He's not gone yet. Too early for him to be gone. Alright, cool. So we got that done. Hopefully, we got his friendship points high enough for part 3. Do some more mining here, quick. And hopefully some of this stuff is items I need. I think these are mineral crystals, but that black square thing is like a special item, and we definitely don't need that. And the rest of those are scrap metals. We don't need those. I should actually see what I picked up here. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, I don't want to do it all. And we got gold. Got some copper. Got 2 Alright, so I need a silver for sure yet. Well, I also need a rare metal, which I don't think I have at the moment. Yeah, that could be the thing that trips me up. Whoever wrote this guide must really like watching the domino effect play out, because they tell you, when they tell you which gem to break, they tell you one that works, but they give you the one that takes the longest to work out of the ones that work. It's like, okay, you know. This one's kind of a pain to do. This one's kind of a pain to set up, I should say. Like, it's really, if you don't do it, there's a lot of shuffling around you gotta do, and if you don't do it right, you can kind of get yourself stuck in a place where, like, you can't actually set it right. Like I almost did right there. This looks good. I like the way this thing looks. Well, I didn't want that. Get out of here. Oh, not sure what this is. Oh, right. What is... Yeah, this is a rare metal. Gold, moonlight stone, copper. I think I'm still missing silver, though. not great. Yeah, that's iron ore. Okay. Imagine silver being the last thing I need. That's really weird. Okay. Unless it's in here, I don't think it is. Oh, I did already have a moonlight stone. Okay. That stuff away. Okay. Ooh, it's rainy. Do I need good weather for this event? I do. Yeah. I don't want to do a Wednesday. I don't trust Wednesdays. Plus, I got like this next part can be finished all the way back to like the first couple days of winter, so I got a lot of time. Yeah, Thursday was weird with Lewis, so we'll skip that too. And also, I can't do the. I should be doing carpenter part time also. I've been neglecting. Okay, Friday, perfect. Does he let me in right away? Question. Does. Hmm. Let's see if I can trigger this Chester event here. Because this one has an affection requirement to it. Yeah, and it didn't trigger, so. Am I gonna get lucky? Is he inside of here? Oh, no, he's not. He must be over by the mines. Right? Yeah, he's not. Or by the goddess pond, I should say. Alright. Now we'll see if that did it. Because there's a chance that that just put him over where I need him to be. And now this event will trigger right now. Did not. Okay. That's fine, because you know, we still got things to do, so. And I got to Ronald's before he opens. Alright. Still not done yet. Alright. I do have to get a silver before. Well, I guess I have till like pretty close to the end of. Till I don't know, early spring. I guess I have until. Technically, but. So I guess I could kind of like wait until. Hold off on doing more mining now until winter, and there's like another room or two open in the mines, but. I suppose that's a thing I could do. Not a thing I particularly want to do. Might, but it's arguable. Oh, screwed that up. I don't know what I did wrong there. Oh well. Okay. Of course, it's just giving me like rare metals and stuff like crazy, because of course it would. I don't think any of these are what I'm looking for. I remember the silver being weird, like it doesn't like look like it's silver ore. Yeah, right. At least I can like give those to Lewis, and I don't have to like work and well, be less worried about his affection level. Gold, okay, gold, sure, why not? Yeah, I don't think any of those are what I'm looking for. Game's like, hey, here, we'll be nice to you and give you all the rare stuff you need. Ultimate troll. There's another, like, something. Copper, that's more coal, I think. This is moonlight stone, or mineral crystal, that's what I meant. I meant mineral crystal. That's moonlight stone. The blue rock. I think the other rooms are closed off, yeah. Okay, well. I mean, the mining getting all the mining stuff you need usually takes a long time anyways. So it's not like a huge thing, but. That this is, it's not like a huge deal that this is happening. Yet. Also, I need to go out anyways to, as I mentioned earlier, Chester's affection isn't quite there yet, so I got an event of his to finish yet, so How you doing, Kitty Moonlight? Saturday. I had to pick a weird day. Chester's probably not even home. Yeah. I can only have so much information up on my screens at a time. It's hard to. I would like it if I could. Yeah, I would like it if I just like had their schedules all in front of me, but that's kind of tough. I could maybe like screenshot them and downsize them and have them all together that way, but. Oh, still no event here. It might be it only happens on certain days of the week also. Well, ran out of those berries. Hey, got there. You did it. Anyways, I think it'd be good luck. All right, come on, game. Let's see. Let's see that silver ore. Let's go. Well, this could be it. Oh, it's gold again. What's this then? That's more ore chalcum? Jesus. Pardon my language. This game though. Like, I have an overabundance of stuff I usually am like waiting to get. And still no silver. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, some of them you can tell. Some of them you can just tell by looking at them, but like others are a little trickier. It's like, is that what I think it is? That might be it. That might be it right in front of me, actually. Maybe. No, it's gold again. And these are just the mineral, yeah, mineral crystals. I never made that connection. Come on, game. There we go. That's another ore chalcum right there. That's funny. Ooh, this one looks promising, actually. Silver ore, let's go. Can't carry anymore. Alright, what do I get rid of? I guess this cheese I don't need anymore. Oh, I can't do that. Alright, what? Oh, because I have more than one of them, I guess? Did I put... Okay, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have some in storage. I can chuck that. Alright. Pretty sure because I have some in storage. You can't get rid of the cheese because you're from Wisconsin? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that's illegal. Like, wait, that's illegal. Oh, are we in the rainy season here? Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna rain again. Okay. I'm gonna try to get that, event today. So I don't have to do any more anything, really. Except, these people might need more affection yet. I don't really know. Don't give them your silver ore, for the love of God. Yeah. Just moved to Illinois. That's nuts. You're so close. Illinois for life. Yeah, Demo be living in Illinois. So you moved to Wisconsin. Why would you want to do that? Harvestmoon running meetup when? Definitely something we've talked about before. Oh, he better not be gone already. Okay, he's right here. Right. But give me this event, please. I've been feeding you lots of items. Still nothing. Getting nervous now. Making me nervous now. Let's see. Like unless I did it already and don't realize I did it, but. I kind of want to like look up this event now and see like if there's certain days of the week that can't happen on it, like, that it can't happen on or something, because this is getting kind of silly now. Right. I just headed right over. Not even stopping by Lewis or nothing. I'm just going right over here. Well, he actually might be by Goddess Pond in the early morning here. Yeah, he is. Whoops. I think I want to look this up. I'm going to try to look this up while I'm running around here. If I can. Oh, maybe never mind. Never mind. Cancel that lookup. We got it. So I don't have to do it. I think I don't have to do any more Chester friendship after this, I think. He passes out. Alright. Back on track now. Now we can finally sleep till winter 6, where we start the inventor Lewis's plot line. Yeah. This is the one change from Save the Homeland that I don't like. I like a lot of the things that they changed from Save the Homeland of this game, but this isn't one of them. Having to walk outside here in order to be able to go back to bed. Yeah. Yeah. I think the reason they did it is so that you can't just like skip over events that were supposed to happen as soon as you leave that house, as soon as you leave your house that morning. But it's like, just a better solution would have been to just make the event happen. You know, just like kick you out, just like kick you outside, and instead of starting the day inside your house, just kick you outside and have the event happen. You know, that would have been, I would have much preferred that approach. But oh well. I don't even remember Parsley telling me he was leaving. Do a save here. Yeah, his name is Parsley. Looks just like Basil. I mean, he's basically the same character, but his name's Parsley. Gonna call him Cilantro. Does that mean some people won't marry him because he tastes like soap? Winter time. Gotta pay attention. Strange bird. Sorry, sprites. We're not doing the mecha events in this run. As fun as those can be. Always weird when they use the same characters and have different job/relationship. Yeah. You mean like when they took the characters from harvestmoon 64 and made them all wrong, like in subsequent games? Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. What's up, Atro? All right. Forageables again. I don't think I have room for like new items, so I don't think I can pick up those chestnuts just yet. But I will soon be rid of my one and only silver ore. So. I don't know that I need very many more items. Yeah. So I need Lewis's item shop to open. It doesn't open till 10. So we'll do the good old Ronald part-time work to move the clock forward 3 hours when he opens at 8 here. Which, I mean, we need a lot of Ronald friendship anyways, so it works out. Look at this snowman. No, this is on PSP, Metro. I suppose I could start giving those cheeses away too. Pretty sure Ronald would appreciate those cheeses. Here's where he asks me for like silver, copper, and lumber. And I think it'll just chain right into the next event because I have those on me. Yeah, it just automatically triggers one and the other. Leave. Yeah. Yeah, because it took away that stuff from me, so we definitely did both of those events. Those scenes. The next, my next event just happens outside. It happens when I leave my house in good weather, between the 8th and the 12th here. If I have 30 mined items, which I have like way more than that, so. And it's snowing, so it didn't happen. Actually doesn't snow a lot in this game either. And it can even rain in winter. There we go. Okay, so then the next part of his event can happen anywhere between the 9th and the 29th, but it has to happen at least one day after the previous, so. Okay, I need blue rock, orichalcum, mineral crystal, and rare metal. Yeah, I think I have all of that stuff. I'll need moonlight stone. I'll need gold ore. Okay. Yeah, I think I have everything I need. So I just have to go to Mallard Lake. Yeah, I'll wait till I have good weather. It doesn't say I need good weather, but since I have so many days to do this event, I'm not really that worried about it. I'll just wait for a day that works well, where I can hit up a faction for everybody and stuff like that along the way easily. Like maybe the Friday has good weather here coming up here. Friday or Saturday, I guess. Okay. chestnuts to pick up. I don't even know if I want to bother taking the time to do that, though. It seems like it'd be slow. Probably give him, like, ores and stuff, but... Alright. Oops. That can wait until... I've given away the ones I need to give away, and so I kind of don't want to, because I don't want to mess that up and have to mine some more. Can confirm. Okay, yeah, okay, so he took stuff from me then, so good. Oh, there's actually the last... Okay, so the last part of that event actually has a requirement of 40 mined items, but I'm almost positive I've picked up that many things, at least. Which is good that I've been actually, like, picking extra stuff up. I haven't been picking up the extra, like, scrap metals or whatever they're called, though, so... If I was doing that, then I'd know for sure I got enough, but... Here, have some cheese. Alright. So with that, I should be good to go until spring now. Till year 2. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? I never even really thought about that. He certainly does, though. Actually, when you get like the kitchen / bathroom, and you use like the bath, he'll come out wearing different clothes, which are really cool. Nice. There is cooking in this game too. It's Liar's Day. Okay, here's the fun part about this game. This Liar's Day here is it's on a Sunday, and the previous day was also a Sunday, and they have like this whole story about how like there's a king and this noble, and like they lied to him about it being Sunday when it was really Monday, and then like it became like official, and like it's funny, the different townspeople will tell you different versions of that story, and it's really kind of a cool festival slash event. But I think the reason why they did it is because what happens is by having those 2 Sundays in a row, every year has the same calendar. Like, the same dates fall on the same day of the week, no matter what year you are in the game. So I'm pretty sure they added that in there to make that happen. So that's kind of fun. Skip the best part of the game. What did I skip? Yeah, the 28-day seasons make it like that. Make it like that also, which is something. It's a way to go. I don't know why I saved it there. I was gonna. It might be saving it coming up here anyway. Yeah, we're gonna go bug Lewis. We're gonna go bug Lewis real quick and then go to bed because I just want to make sure his friendship points are where they need to be. Plus, I don't know how many items I have, so I want to pick up a few more of these herbs. I mean, it's so fast to do that, so. Oh, still lives. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. I don't know if it's the best part. I mean, maybe I said that. I don't know. I don't think I meant that, but but yeah. All right, 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we finally get to year 2. Okay. The final event is supposed to be able to happen now, but only in good weather. Can't happen today for some reason, probably because of this event. Okay. It happen the 3rd, 4th, 6th, or 7th, though. So if I get rain all those days, I'm screwed. Well, not really, because I'm not saving, so I can always just reload. But rain again. Dun dun dun. Imagine having to reload. Alright, we got 3 more tries here. There it is. And this is the the final required scene of this event. So the event, this event is now complete, and I haven't even started one of them. It's sunny Saturday again, so I'm gonna hit up Lewis one more time here. For his next event. Yeah, my next event is with Lewis. Can happen between spring 26th and spring 30th. Yeah. Well, how kind of you to give me this gift that I could have just like bent over and picked up myself. Right next to me. Pretty much, yeah. I feel like I'm more likely to give away the ingredients to a cake rather than an entire cake. But yes. Sleep time. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of marrying someone just because you always have the items available, my first time playing a Harvest Moon game, Harvest Moon 64, the items I was given out as gifts were the flowers, because you could forage them, you could just pick them up, but you couldn't sell them. So I was like, well, I can't do anything else with them other than give them away as gifts, and they're free, and I don't want to give away something I can ship for money. So I just gave all the girls those flowers, and which led to Potpourri liking me the most because it's a favorite item of hers, and with the other girls, it's not so much a favorite item. So she was So Potpourri was the first girl I ever married in any Harvest Moon game due to that. It kind of snowballed from there. It was just like because she liked me the most, she'd like invite me to watch the fireworks with her, and the others wouldn't, and you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know. Oh yeah, they changed her from flower girl to chicken girl, which still blows my mind that they did that. Catch bugs in a jar and get them away. You can buy in this game. You can pick. You can like hit trees with a hammer, and sometimes they'll drop like fruit, and other times bugs will fall down, and you can pick up the bugs. Or there's also like butterflies and stuff kind of flying around that you can catch with a net. You can buy a net from Lewis's item shop, and you can catch bugs with a net. Yeah, that's a thing in this game. So there you go. Yet another reason to play this one if you didn't have enough of them already. I'm gonna save here. I gotta think Lewis's friendship is plenty high enough for where I need him to be. For where I need him to be right now, but I might as well save there. Okay, and this event just happened is just leave your house and it trigger leave your house when it's not raining and it triggers type of event. So, and I think it's the dry season, so I don't think it's possible to miss this one. His legs look fine. I don't know. Magical Melody Bob, yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty much the same character, but yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no. Lewis to the rescue. Took out the mechanical crow with his special mechanical scarecrow that he built with materials I gave him. Alright. So now we got nothing happening until middle of summer. Oh yes, that's actually a very good question. That feature doesn't work on your farm, and that is something I definitely thought of, Priya. Oh, I think I went inside too quick. I think it might still be 6 a.m. It is. Yeah, that's definitely something that occurred to me. The thing about the fast sleep too is that it automatically like loads up. Like you can't stop it from like loading up your save information. I mean, you can still say no to saving, but after it like loads up everything, like it's the actual save after it like loads is almost instant. So like there's kind of no reason not to, but I still think like if you could do that, it would be faster than walking back inside probably. I don't know, it's hard to say. But yeah, you'd end up saving every day though, probably. That's Chester telling me not to pick anything up off the ground on Earth Day, which the game doesn't let you do anyway. Ronald needs to be at 50 FP, which he almost certainly is because he gets extra friendship points from like all the part-time from like, because I've been talking to him, gifting him, and doing part-time work for him. So yeah, so the next event requires 50 Ronald friendship points, and that I have sold 64 crops, which I have sold like 76 or something like that. So. Well, it's like, yeah, it's not garbage, just like you know, herbs and berries and crops and stuff. Can you not harvest that day? Then you cannot actually, which is normally not an issue because it's the first day of summer. So like, your crops typically die from one season to the next, anyways. The really silly thing is though, like, see those dead plants in my field? It doesn't let you chop those. It doesn't let you chop those down with a sickle. So that's the part that's really silly. But like, not being able to harvest is no big deal because you won't have anything to harvest that day anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it's the first day of summer, so it doesn't really affect you too hard. Well, it occurred to me that I probably should have gone out on Ronald's birthday. I don't think I got either of Ronald's birthdays. I kind of dropped the ball on that, but. But hopefully we can. I'll save in a couple days coming up here. I guess today I'll do that. See, this is it. It's accessing save data, which takes a while. But once it actually does, like the save is really fast. So you can say no, but so like when I do the fast sleep, it'll automatically access save data when you like do the fast sleep from out on the map. So like you could say no, I don't want to save, but like it's just pretty quick to just go ahead and do it. So I usually do that. Lewis would probably be a choice. Yeah, if they remade this game like again, which I think they totally should, it'd be kind of fun. Let you play, let you marry the boys and the girls, all that good stuff. Allison Relay, yeah. Okay, so cool. So this triggered, which is a good sign. And he freaks out about it. He's like, my God. It's like, my God, this bread. I need more of this bread. It's so funny. It's actually, like, if you actually read the dialogue, it's so funny. Okay, so we got that. So that's good. Now next step is not till fall. Which is funny too because like you don't have to interact with that guy at all. I forget his name. Charles? Is that Charles? I think. I'm not sure. You don't have to. One of the Funland guys. You don't have to. You don't have to like interact with him at all. But he's part of the story, the event chain with Ronald. Talks Ronald into making and selling that amazing bread. Fireworks. I wonder how I'm doing on time. I'm not really even sure. Fresh bread is amazing. Oh yeah, it is. What's cool is you have to grow some prized breadfruit, which I'll have to do soon. And the first stuff doesn't work out, but then you grow one on the same spot that you grow the blue mist flower but they don't happen in the same. Those events don't overlap at all, so like they don't really interfere with each other because like you can't because each one has to be done at a certain time. But yeah, like it's the same spot, like literally the same tile for the blue mist flower as for the prized breadfruit. Kind of funny. Summer races. I'm gonna save it here. I don't know if you notice on like the save screen there, you can see like under the like event part, one of the icons is lit up, and that's for the masterpiece ending with Chester. Yeah, which is nice because it kind of shows you like you completed that event. All right, now we're in the fall. Right, it's fall. It's the 2nd of fall, so I'm gonna go ahead and gift Lewis because it's his birthday today. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Ronald to open that because I'm not really sure how high his affection is. So I want to hit him up here real quick. Oops. A little quick there. Okay, so the next event can happen in the grocery store. Between fall 5 and fall 9. If the other requirements are met. I didn't put down that, I didn't write in my notes good weather, so that means presumably it can happen even if it's raining, so. Alright. Desert, how am I doing on time? Like, what was the date? 2 hours and 36 minutes into my PB. How am I doing? You don't have to look that up if you don't want to. I would appreciate that, but you don't have to. You don't have to do that, but that would be appreciated. All right, here's the event we were looking for. My God, that bread! I need that bread. Can't go on like this. Alright, okay, prize breadfruit seeds. Okay, so I gotta plant these now. On fall 17th at this point in your. Oh, okay, so I am behind. I'm behind. Not surprisingly. Well, in my defense, part of it is due to mining, like not being perfect. The mining could have been kind. Mining could have been kinder to me. Might have cut me off early. Yeah. You wouldn't dare. Thing is, like, I don't. Yeah. We'll have to see, like, how much time behind I am. We'll see how long it takes me to get. We'll see, like, how long it takes me to get to that date. I do have a. I mean, because I do have a couple things to do. So. But we're getting close to the end now. Harvest Fest today, I think. Yeah. Now he needs ore, chalcum, and gold. I believe I have both of that on me. I do. Now I have to enter his item shop. I'm gonna wait for that to open. Which gives us another excuse to gift our guy here. And it looks like Lewis doesn't need any more friendship points. Like the getting like that last event that we just saw is the last one that has a friendship point requirement. Nah, those are no fun anyway. I prefer my speed runs where you kind of sort of play the game a little bit, you know. Like credits warped type of speed runs are not really my cup of tea. They're cool. I mean, they're cool. They're very interesting, but yeah, not my style. Credit warp runs are cool to watch once. I agree. Yes, I agree with. Absolutely. Okay. And this is the final required scene of the inventor event line with Lewis. Gotta check something quick here. Okay, so his friendship's got to be high enough now. Like, that's for sure, for sure. So we did that. Now we just got to plant this prize breadfruit. And water it every day. Hope we get a lot of rain. Part of this, thankfully, part of this like falls in the rainy season. That's really nice. Not really sure, but it's kind of sort of looking like I'm pretty close on track to hitting as to like being right around estimate, which is I was hoping to be under, but better than being over. I guess it's possible I'll be slightly over. I'm not really sure. I'm actually going to skip a day of watering it to get it deeper into that rainy season. A couple days, I guess. Why not? I should actually skip at least one more day. That it stands, because like as it stands, it'll grow in on the 25th now, and I think he's closed that day. Come on. Okay. Yeah, so I'll skip one more day. that rain, so I don't have to go all the way out there. I think it's supposed to be like the rainy season. Surprised it wasn't raining that day. There. There it is. Alright. So I think the 24th is the last. It's like the 23rd or the 24th is like the last day of the rainy season, something like that. Oh man, my timer's red. No PB for me. It's quite alright. Oh, it's probably the horse race today. That's why they're closed today. That's why I can't. Yeah, races today. I was wondering why there was like why I have listed on here 2 days in a row that that I can't do this the next part of this event, and it's because like one day is the Sunday where he's closed, and then the next day is a festival. Imagine throwing that thing. I don't know, but the game probably doesn't let you. Maybe something if it did. Just let you chuck that on the ground. And I guess suppose you always reset, but that'd still be something. Alright. Buys breadfruit. Achieved. we gotta sleep a ways. We can make the stuff. Yeah, there's almost very little I have to do from this point on, other than sleep till winter 30. Winter 30 is when part 1 of the game ends, and the end is near. Yes, it is. Yeah, there's one event that happens automatically when I leave my house. And then on winter 16. Well, it says winter 16 through the 20th, but there's no weather requirement on it, and you have to leave your house. So like the only way it could happen on like a different day is if like I guess if it's like maybe if another event fell on the 16th, or like you haven't met the friendship requirements or crop sold requirements yet. I guess, but then like did somewhere in that range, then I guess you could get that event on like winter 19 or something weird like that. But should happen right on winter 16. Shouldn't be anything stopping that from occurring. But yeah, that just happens automatically. That's just text I gotta spam through, and then I have to go to the grocery area in good weather between winter 24 and 28, but that's it. I just have to, and that can happen right away in the morning. I don't have to wait for like the grocery store to open. It's just I just have to go to the area the grocery store is in. So yeah, it's just very little that has to happen here, other than mashing through text and sleeping quick. Maybe throw in the occasional safety save. I want to say it takes somewhere like around 8 minutes to sleep through like a full season or something like that. In this game. I think is what I figured. That's not counting like cutscene interruptions, obviously, and stuff like that. But. Alright, so tomorrow a scene should trigger with Ronald outside my house. If not, that's a problem. That's good. That's real bad. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Like I did it, I made the bread. Okay. And I just gotta remember not to sleep through like the final event, which doesn't trigger automatically when I leave my house. I have to actually like walk onto the next screen to trigger it, so gotta pay attention. Some hot dog looking bread. I don't know, it's a pretty big hot dog. Maybe like a Chicago style hot dog, I don't know. I have to ask Demo about that. Or I guess Ilana with the raid. Well, how's it going? How was your stream? Well, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you rate us. Now I don't have to scold you for streaming during the marathon. We're actually getting down to the end of this run. Getting back to Zelda stuff slowly. You know I had to say it. I had to say it. Like I can't. Like what kind of an admin would I be? Yeah, little Bob. Yeah, Bob's a house in this game for sure. Show Bob. We'll see Bob probably. He's probably see him in the ending. All right, I didn't forget this event. All right, that was the last thing I gotta do. Yep, got 3 icons. Got 3 of the event stickers lit up. So, and they're all tourist spot events. So that should give us the tourist spot ending when we get to Winter 30. Yeah, for sure. And Magical Melody is a gem. Isn't Tourist Spot evil ending? Not that, I don't think so. No. Okay. I'm preventing the valley from being turned into an amusement park by the Funland organization by turning the valley as it is now into a tourist destination, into like a tourist spot. No. This isn't bulldoze the alley, the valley, and no. Yeah. All right. So here we go. It's the last day. Time will be coming up. I hope Desert's around because time will be coming up when we hit credits. When the music changes to like the title screen music and the Little bird flies over. There's Bob. There he is. And here's where they're talking about all the different stuff happening and why they can't tear the. Everyone's happy we can't tear the valley down. And time. See how quick he was with the timer there. Pretty quick. I got 27. You got 29. Not bad. I was underestimated. Look at that. I knew how much time to give myself up. Apparently. Ah, I see. So I'm guessing you couldn't hear me then, and you just saw the credits and were like, "Oh." Yeah, so I'm not really sure if you wanna cut me off or let the credits play out. I'm good either way. As long as the next runner is all ready to go, which I can't imagine you would be. Oh, hey, Dreamer. Thanks for the GG. Thank you everyone else for the GGs also. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just let these cute credits play out, and then congratulations on becoming a tour spot. Thank you. Yeah. I'll kind of do a quick little like, hey, here's how this game works as far as the part 2 and whatever, but I'll try to be quick with that. So if anyone wants to play this game casually, they kind of know like what happens after you successfully save the valley, one way or the other. And then yeah, save it, and then it asks if you want to save your game. I said yes. I don't know what happens if you say no. I probably could have said no. Then it says go to part 2 or start a new game using this data, which is kind of weird. It's just kind of like your little event stickers will still be lit up, but you'll start all over. Or you go to part 2. Say go to part 2, then it loads up, the spring first of the 3rd year, and then you get a letter from your dad saying he wants you to make a lot of money. Or else you still can't stay in the valley unless you make up this much money. It's like 100,000 or something. But yeah, and then now from here you can marry your favorite girl, and there's new house extensions you can buy, like a greenhouse and whatnot, and yeah, there you go. Yeah, marriage is post game. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so that's Harvest Moon Hero Leaf Valley tourist spot. And thank you all for watching. And coming up next, we have Demo Plays Games featuring Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town with a gray marriage run. And you can catch me later on. I'll be doing more runs. I'll be doing the Nature Preserve ending of this game as well. So, and other stuff too. So that'll do it for me. Thanks again for watching, and more to come.